to Germany. In November 2013, the country was rocked by the news that the largest trove of art looted by the Nazis had been discovered. But most shocking was the revelation that authorities there had kept the find secret for a year and a half. This was just the beginning of the so-called Görlitz affair, during which it emerged that more than 1,200 paintings and drawings, thought to have been stolen from persecuted Jewish families, had been stashed away in the Munich apartment of Cornelius Görlitz, the son of an influential art dealer close to Hitler's regime. But how many such cases have never been resolved? Hundreds of paintings allegedly plundered by the Nazis still hang in German museums, and not all property taken by the Nazi regime has been returned to the families of the original owners. This report from our team in Germany, Anne Maillet and Damien McGuinness.
The painting may have belonged to her grandfather, but until November, Irene Lawford Hinrichsen had never even seen it. Until, that is, she saw a picture of it in the German press. Painted by the artist Karl Spitzweg, it was found amid the trove of Nazi-plundered art in a Munich apartment. It was a favourite painting of her grandfather, the German publisher Henry Hinrichsen, who was murdered by the Nazis, as he notes in his diary.
Besonders ein entzückender Spitzweg erfreut mich immer wieder von neuem.
This was one of the works acquired under dubious circumstances by the art collector Hildebrand Görlitz, an official art dealer in Nazi Germany. It spent decades secretly stored in his son's apartment. Irene is happy it's been discovered, but she also feels angry.
That was a surprise to hear about the Görlitz discovery, but what I thought was an absolute disgrace was that the way when the German authorities found it 2 years before, they put everything into storage and they didn't tell anybody. So it was really a double criminality.
Many descendants of Jewish families whose property was stolen by the Nazis are still fighting for justice, not only to get their art back, but also their real estate. Peter Sonnenthal's family fled to the US in 1938. He moved to Berlin 20 years ago to get land back, which was taken from his grandparents. But the local government in Teltow, on the outskirts of Berlin, is refusing to give back some of the land, which today is in an environmental protection zone.
There's a fundamental violation of the basic law of Germany, which says you can't take somebody's property without compensation. And because this involves the Holocaust, there's a moral responsibility to do what's right and not simply do what formalistically is convenient.
70 years after the end of the Second World War, the debate about restoration of looted art is as topical as ever. No laws have been passed to ensure restitution, so families often have a tough fight, convincing local authorities or museum directors to give up star pieces in their collections. The historian Beate Schreiber is researching the case of a Jewish family which is trying to recuperate various paintings, including one currently hanging in one of Bavaria's most prestigious museums.
Germany is using its federalist structure as an excuse. Everything is being blamed on the regional governments. But on the national level, there are also problems with art collections, such as in Germany's parliament. The authorities like to come across as being really active, and from time to time they do write reports for the Jewish organisations which are making claims. But the Görlitz affair shows that Germany's authorities have very little empathy, and that they're taking some quite scandalous decisions.
One thing is clear, Germany has a real lack of experts in this field. The Federal Centre for Research of Looted Art has a budget of only €2 million a year. Not enough, say critics. But the row sparked off by the Görlitz case could change things.
The German state has often expressed a clear wish to return looted goods, and the recommendations are there. But obviously, the Görlitz affair has shaken everyone and has been like a bomb in Germany. It is possible that this will push those responsible to finally act once and for all.
The first steps in this direction are already being taken. Various proposed laws are being discussed, and the working group responsible for tracking down the original owners of the Gurlitt collection has been expanded to 10 people. So Henry Hinrichsen's grandchildren are hopeful that it won't be another 70 years before they finally get back their grandfather's treasured painting.